What is going on, y'all? It is your boy Gazer Hype 'em up Chirz. Now today we're gonna be reacting to Dreams Editor is getting canceled. Now this video was made by Pocket. Go check them out in the description below. You know y'all there. And without further ado, let's get right into it.
Back to another video. It's the one and only Pocket, and today we're going to be talking about one of Dream's editors that is getting canceled for Assault. Let's get right into it. So this editor goes by the name of Firesale, and she was Dream's editor for his Dream Shorts channel and was hired on April 1st.
Shorts channel? Like a
and basically plug? She posted this tweet longer right here and then deleted her account, or pretty much deactivated it so no one would see it, and that's the problem. She really downplayed the situation on this. So look at this tweet right here. Firesale, Dream's editor, posted
I'm trying not to pause like that,
someone
really.
And deactivated so no one would see it. LOL. So check this out right here. This is what she said. Hello everyone, I would like to come forward about something that I have done. I would like for you all to please read this all the way through before replying. Around 6 months ago, me and one of my close friends who was staying with me at the time for a couple days got, and at the time I thought they understood the boundaries, but I was wrong. I was very pushy for S-acts and that made them very uncomfortable, and I still pushed onwards. I did use some manipulation tactics to get some S favors out of them. However, I will make it clear on what happened without going into detail.
So how are you gonna claim that you thought you understood the boundaries, but you still had to use manipulation tactics to get, you know, dirty? What are you doing? This is sexual harassment, isn't it? Isn't this jail time? No, it's not, isn't it? It's jail time. What are you doing?
I was extremely pushy towards S-acts with this friend, and I used manipulation tactics to get what I wanted out of them. When they would say
exactly,
no,
bro, you don't understand the boundaries if you using manipulation tactics. The fuck?
I used the same condom more than once. There was a pregnancy scare with my close friend due to my own stupidity, which resulted in a possible leakage, which caused my friend to have pregnancy-like symptoms. Of course, panicking, they had to take the test.
So not only did you manipulate them, almost traumatize them, if not traumatize them, you used the same condom, which could have gotten them pregnant. What would you have done if they gotten pregnant? What would you have done? Come on. Go to jail.
I now understand how my actions caused harm towards those closest to me.
I don't even know how you're not in jail right now.
Still my own. I think it's best that I confess publicly.
If not, press charges.
I made amends with the person involved, but this does not change what I did. I'm sorry for those who were hurt by my actions. Now, the thing that's ridiculous about this situation is, like I said, they downplayed the situation extremely bad and lied about it.
They downplayed it, so it's even worse.
Didn't even want this public or nothing like that because it was embarrassing, and they decided to do this and then lied about it. Like, that didn't make any sense to me. And then this is what the victim had to say. They replied and said, as uncomfortable as I am having to spread this around as the victim, I'd like to just inform you that the post was severely minimized.
Wait, so she didn't even want this out?
Under my own time.
What are you doing? Why didn't you ask?
I obviously can't provide proof. And the victim made their own tweet longer. So by the way, guys, I want to say that I broke this down because it's very long. So I'm just gonna list the key parts. If you want to read the whole thing, go check it down below in the description. They said, please keep in mind, Firesale goes by she/her. Originally, I was going to make a video with the voice response to the situation, but I broke it down multiple times from stretch. As much as I wanted to verbally speak on this topic instead of making a tweet longer response, I've had to come down to this decision instead for the sake of my own mental health. Telling her if you don't speak up on this, someone else will, placing her under emotional distress and confessing out of guilt for speaking up on what was really true. I'm here to speak on behalf of what actually happened instead of just accepting a one-sided confession post.
Wait, so she confessed out of guilt, not her.
In such a way where her parents wouldn't recognize who I was.
What do you mean out of guilt? So why did you minimize it?
They still found out, so it didn't make a difference anyways. I'd suggest reading the entire thing.
Wait, so Firesale was lying about the stay, like the duration of the stay, so her parents wouldn't find out. So not only that, you're still trying to save your own because so your parents wouldn't know. And not even that, your parents still found out. So you downplayed it so your parents wouldn't find out, and they still found out. Don't you feel goofy? Don't you feel dumb? Don't you feel a little ashamed? What are you doing? Leave the internet
before making any comments. Alright, then going forward a little bit, in June 2021, I moved in with Firesale as a potential roommate for a few months to get me back on my feet. The place I lived prior, West Coast, was dense in population, extremely competitive to get jobs, even for small ones like being a cashier at the dollar store. I was struggling with getting a job, and on top of that, wanting to move out because my parents didn't really want me there anymore and kept bringing up the idea of going into the military. After moving, I was suffering jet lag of a plus 3-hour difference and a 5-hour flight. Originally, I was supposed to move in July, but she told her parents next week. She told me if I wasn't able to, her parents would grow scared skeptical of me and won't let me move in. So I just went with it, kind of being pissed off, but also happy knowing I'm finally moving out. Later, I asked her parents why they were skeptical, and they responded confused. They never mentioned anything about being skeptical and told me directly if I had to wait another month, they'd be very more than glad. All right, and now we're gonna come forward
Firesale was lying.
Details of what happened.
For what?
I started getting sleepy, and she starts touching me and asking if it's okay to escalate. I was thrown off by this a little bit and asked what she meant by that. She started asking me to touch her, constantly apologizing, saying she's sorry if it's too soon, and saying she's feeling sad. I felt a little obligated. She went out of her way to get me out of a household I necessarily didn't want to be in.
Isn't it the first day?
Her parents to drive down and pick me up despite it being so late. My boyfriend now, at the beginning offered to pick me up, but she was very oddly persistent on wanting to instead, since we all respected each other and knew we were going to meet up at one point. It was just dropped like nothing, alarming. I wish I would view this red flag sooner in hindsight. But this is my problem. In her post, she mentions for a couple days and doesn't bother mentioning the fact that she enabled it. This doesn't happen for just a few days either. This lasted for 2 months. Each time progressively more and more obsessive. She would resort to very frequent suicide baiting tactics and emotional manipulation in order to get favors out of me. Nothing intercourse related until about a month in. At one point,
so you sat there for a month trying to
wanting pleasure and wanted to pleasure me as well. I never received until then. Insisted to buy condoms soon if I were to escalate at that point. Eventually, we get around to the store and to get some, and she forgets her wallet. Condoms were not used more than once. I know because if I was the one paying for them, I didn't want to catch anything.
So why was she lying about condoms using more than once?
Possibly regret. It was nothing more than that to me. A few days after meeting my other friend, we started developing feelings towards each other, and I confessed it to Firesale, hoping I'd receive a positive OMG type response. But that wasn't what I got at all. She told me relationships were overrated and we should keep what we had going instead. At this point, I grew uncomfortable and started rejecting favors more frequently. Watching her mentally spiral more and more over the span of just a few days, not knowing what to do anymore. We ended up getting together anyways, and favors were cut off from there. I asked for some time to hang out with him at the house, and she was oddly persistent on either wanting to come or asking to let me stay. We ended up getting alone. I immediately just broke down on the couch, and I felt miserable. I thought what I was doing was right, but didn't realize I was the only one contributing to the problem and confessed everything to him. We made private amends in October, but I immediately sought therapy and got off the internet to do so. Around December.
This is like real jail time, bro.
And not gonna lie,
crazy.
It's insanely embarrassing, as I had no say on whether this topic was going to be public. I only found out about her post
and Firesale Demon asked
contacting me about it,
if she wanted this public or not.
I moved in at the same time frame, which sucked. I'm currently in massive medical debt as I've been unable to work dealing with this PTSD over the situation, which I'm now on medication for. I would appreciate if you could help me out a little bit and donate here. But going back to the topic, I feel so bad for the victim. If you guys
go check out that GoFundMe.
I will link their GoFundMe down
check
below
it out,
because they've just been obviously dealing with a lot and they're in massive medical debt because of the PTSD and all that. So please go help them out. I would appreciate that a lot if you guys can. But I just feel so terrible to the victim. Like, this is not a regular situation. You know, you got the manipulation factor, you've got the jealousy factor, you've got all the lying, and like, on top of that, the toxicity and the negativity behind all of this. I could break it down to you guys, but I just can't. Like, this is mind-boggling.
Like, this really like making me mad.
You know?
That's
like,
crazy.
There was some people in this world
like, I ain't been this mad in a while.
Just be careful who you surround. You know,
I ain't been this mad, disgusted in a while.
Situation. And for the love of God, guys, you know, try to be a good person out there. That's all it takes. Like, that's the thing. If this person made these mistakes and didn't lie about this and just talk to that person about it, it would have helped a lot. Like, I'm not saying it would have changed, you know, what they did, because what they did was terrible.
It wouldn't have, but it's still, you know what I'm saying? It would have made the situation at least a little bit better.
That shit is crazy to me. So yeah, I hope that person just gets better, and I hope they take a lot of time off the internet. Allegedly, they said they were gonna come back, as you can see from this picture, to Discord in a week. I'm not sure how you
in a week
after doing this shit, but man,
we don't want you back.
So yeah, go donate to them and go wish them a lot of love.
You did all of that?
Everything down below.
And you think you could come back in a week?
That's the topic of today. This is insane news. Like, what the hell? So yeah, let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and like we always say, Empire out.
So not only, Firesale. Not only did you sexually harass for a month, you got mad because she got in a relationship, told her not to get in a relationship. What? You lied about using the same condom for some reason. You were lying, period, so your parents wouldn't know. And you think you could come back in a week? We do not want you back. We don't want you here. Nobody wants you here.